See, the Philippines unfortunately holds the title of the most disaster-prone country in the world.
Are you serious? Are you really? It's more fun in the Philippines. This is Future Red. Guys, you have to watch until the end. This was so cinematic. The narration, the events, the order of events. This was such a good video. And this was also educational. I hope you can watch up until the end, please. This was so good to watch. Hi, YouTube! Welcome back to hell. My name is Red Senchi. You can call me Red or Senchi. And today, we will be reacting to Smittie King for the very first time on his video about I survived 100 days in the Philippines in hardcore Minecraft. Now, I've played Minecraft only periodically every like a few weeks, every few years or so. I get super addicted to it and then not play it again for like the next year. And as you guys know, I am Filipino.
Butterfly.
And I'm curious as to how he's gonna survive the Philippines. Especially, the only thing you're really gonna be worried about is our corrupt politicians. But we don't really talk about that. Alright guys, let's get into the video.
In this video, I will be attempting to survive 100 days in the Philippines in hardcore Minecraft. This means I'll have to survive the extreme weather, aggressive wildlife, and the terrifying mythical creatures that
Is that a Manananggal?
find here, all while I build myself a base for survival and explore these incredible islands. Now with that being said, let's get started. Now before we get into the video, let me tell you about something that I think any Minecraft player would be interested in, and that is Nether Blocks. Nether Blocks offers unique magnetic blocks that bring your favorite Minecraft builds to life,
that's so cool.
while also inspiring creative play for literally all ages. You can find
Even
your
for
very
adults.
own sets over at netherblocks.com, and be sure to use code Smittie for 15% off at checkout. Yeah, I'll be honest, I choose my sponsors very carefully, but this one actually looks really fun. But with that being said, let's get started with day
1. Is he gonna start by the beach?
I spawned in and took a look around me, only to see that I was near a large river, and a couple of animals. Seems to be a lively little river here. Oh, hello. What are you? And more importantly, can I eat you?
Oh! Oh no!
Okay, you fight back. You
Is
fight
that
back.
a
Alright, I'm sorry. Okay.
What is that?
Yeah,
Is that a
after discovering that this
tarsier?
thing fights back, I decided to just get some wood. From here, I crafted a wooden pickaxe, and then went to find some stone. Only I found something else instead.
Oh.
That's a cobra. That is
Philippine
a cobra.
cobra. Oh, he is huge.
I kept my distance from this guy.
Oh, that is huge.
Until it began to chase me.
Yeah. Oh, you're dead,
No,
bud.
no.
You're dead.
Oh, it's kind of fast.
Oh no.
I ran around these rocks and eventually lost it.
Oh, nice.
This meant I could finally do some mining. I collected some cobblestone and then crafted stone tools. Before then, crafting a boat and setting off down the river. Now, because I had seen a cobra, that meant that I was in the northern or central part of the Philippines, likely on the island of Luzon, where the Philippine cobra resides.
Luzon, by the way. I live here in the Luzon area. I'm not going to tell you specifically where, but I've never seen a snake in the city. Well, it's because I live in a city. But probably in the provinces, you'll see them. You'll have some sightings.
But that didn't matter anymore, as my current objective was to get a bed crafted before nightfall.
Yeah.
However, after a bit of rowing, it looks like I might not have to craft one.
Oh, a village?
I went around and took some lanterns, before then entering the houses and seeing beds. Oh, I also saw this furnace that I quickly took.
Oh, he's just stealing.
Anyways, I then did some turtle fishing.
Oh
as
no,
I really needed
the
food.
turtles!
But yeah, I got nothing from these guys.
Not the sea turtles. Oh,
And so, I
I've seen the
continued
sea
down the river,
turtle.
right as the sun began
They're
to set.
so majestic. Oh, that's gorgeous. I feel like I'm in the
I set up camp
province
here
already.
and then went to sleep. And first thing the next morning, I started to smelt some sand. So far, I was off to a good start. But now I had a new objective in mind. And that was to reach the ocean, as I am making a boat base for this episode. That being said, I continued to follow the river.
A boat
And
base
after a
makes
bit of rowing,
sense, yeah.
I spotted a rather important animal of the Philippines.
Caribou!
But we'll talk more about them later. as I was on a mission.
You can ride those here in the Philippines.
However, as I continued down the river, I realized
so
that I really
gorgeous.
did need some food. And I needed it soon. Luckily for me, as I
Go
entered this
fishing.
lake area,
Yeah.
I saw some arowanas in the water.
Arowanas?
So I did some crude fishing.
Yeah, this is one of our main resources of food, our fish, because we're literally thousands and thousands of divided islands, an archipelago.
The sun soon began to set once more.
Oh, this is so cinematic and gorgeous.
On day 3, I headed back to the river to search for the ocean. Yet, as I
Yeah.
rode, I noticed large mountains forming around me. And soon enough, something came into view. Something that looked very different from the landscape around it.
Banawi! Oh my god! Yo, this is so fucking cool! Oh my
The Batad
god!
Rice Terraces. Located in Banawe, a municipality in the mountains of Luzon,
Oh, that's gorgeous!
these ancient rice terraces attract tourists from around the world,
Yes!
as these terraces have been here for around 2,000 years.
And I believe they're one of the 7 wonders of the world.
This has not only secured
Oh,
its
this is
title
so
as a World
pretty.
Heritage Site, but this has also led
Yeah.
many of the locals to refer to it as the 8th wonder of the world.
There you go.
And it certainly has that quality to it, because these rice terraces have survived the entire history of this country.
Thanos was at the top over there. In one of the Endgame movies, Thanos was there.
A history that we'll take a look at throughout this episode. But for now, I was already making my way up to one of these small buildings.
Oh, even in
Inside this
Minecraft
one
is
was
so
a collection
pretty.
of barrels and chests. I decided to go ahead and take some barrels from my ship. Oh, and speaking
How
of,
come
I
there's
need to
no
get back to my search for the ocean.
villagers?
So I headed down to the river. That is, until it reached a dead end. So I made a bold decision to continue west until I reached the
Excuse me?
ocean. And with that, I
Is there
began
no
my mountain
NPCs
trek.
in hardcore Minecraft? Yep. That really does look like Philippine mountains. What the heck? Wow. And the Philippine eagle? Okay, I've never seen places like this though.
These travels continued into the next day, where I stumbled across this snake. But I quickly killed it. Yeah, I was climbing through so much terrain. But
We do
eventually,
have a lot of
my
snakes,
hard work
yeah.
paid off, as by that evening, I could see the ocean. So that meant it was time to get started on my boat base. Now, for a fully functioning boat, I needed to craft 3 things: an engine, a helm, and floaters. So that basically meant that I had to do a lot of mining.
Lots
But
and
yeah,
lots of mining.
there was no iron or gold
Boat
to be
base
found
is actually
anywhere.
a really good idea for the
but get this,
Philippines.
I found diamonds. Oh, and I found even more diamonds. And it's funny because I can't even mine them yet. So instead, I decided to focus on getting the string for the floaters. And for that, I would have to wait for nightfall. I cautiously killed as many spiders as I could, but there were also zombies everywhere. By the end of the night, I had collected 8 string, which was plenty. So the next morning, I returned to the mines. And while I hopelessly mined for gold and iron, let's discuss what
The
my objective
Filipinos
is for
do
this
yearn
video.
for the mines.
See, the Philippines hosts an incredible amount of wildlife, wonders,
Yes.
and history, all of which we'll be exploring in this video.
And resources.
However, the Philippines is also home to some of the most unique and downright terrifying folklore. So in this video, I'll be hunting 4 of the most notorious mythical creatures in the Philippines. Starting with the Tikbalang.
Tikbalang!
The Tikbalang is a creature that appears to be half man, half horse, using its hoofed feet to lurk within the forests and mountains of the Philippines. This creature is often said to be evil, and supposedly the legend of the Tikbalang dates back thousands of years.
Wow, thousands.
Regardless, I will be hunting this ancient creature in Palawan.
Palawan! Oh, one of the best places to go on a vacation. I've actually never really read about Philippine folklore, so I'm learning just as much as you guys. I didn't know it was dated thousands of years back.
So that's why I have to get this boat going rather soon. But luckily for me, I had just found iron. So I got right to smelting it. And after crafting an iron pickaxe, I went and mined the diamonds.
Nice.
But now I just needed gold. So next day, I headed up into the mountains, hoping I'd have more luck here. At this point, I was completely out of food.
Really bad.
However, after finding some coal, I ended up finding the very ore I was looking for. So I smelted it and crafted the helm. That's when I realized that I just needed one more iron bar for the engine. So on day 8, I got right back to mining. And it wasn't long until I found some more iron. Now I could finally craft the engine, which I did. This meant that it was time to make my boat. I got right to work on the shape of it. See, I want a really simple first design, as I will definitely be improving on it later.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I placed the floaters on day 9, and started shaping the boat even more.
Well, that's looking pretty good so far.
Which interrupted my construction.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I had to go ahead and assemble the ship right here.
Yep, it's always either raining or it's just really hot. So in the Philippines, we only have 2 seasons, the wet and dry season. That's what she said. But yes, it rains quite frequently over here.
So I did just that. And you know what? It floats.
Let's go!
The very next morning, I set off for Palawan.
Aww.
I watched as the shore slowly faded away, and before I knew it, I was in the open
this
ocean.
Is so nice. Guys, this kind of makes me want to play it.
Yeah, my boat didn't look great yet, but that was soon the least of my concerns.
Oh! Whale? Shark?
These guys were huge.
Whale!
So I just kept sailing.
Oh no!
And that was basically all I did for the rest of the day.
Because we have whale sharks over here.
In fact, the next few days just consisted of a lot of open ocean sailing.
Yeah.
Not much happened, outside of a few vibrant sunsets.
Gorgeous. I'm gonna be saying that a lot.
But by the time day 14 rolled around,
the guys need to keep count.
Need food soon. Only I was very much not looking forward to getting it. Yet when I saw this kelp forest come into view, I realized that this would be my only opportunity. So I reluctantly jumped right into the ocean.
Does he not get wheat seeds like in normal Minecraft? I guess not.
I was able to collect some kelp, but there were also a lot of drowned down here.
Oh!
Except they weren't the only threat in the water. Ooh. Oh, hi. Yeah, I suddenly saw tons of jellyfish around me. And these were box jellyfish. A very dangerous type of jellyfish found throughout the Philippines. So yeah, I was in a bit of a panic. Especially since a trident was now being thrown at me.
No.
Oh, that's a trident.
Yeah, we get jellyfish attacks here and there.
Soon enough, I made it back onto my ship unharmed. And I now had a lot of kelp to cook. So while the furnace was busy, I decided to sail through the night. And this turned out to be a great idea.
This is like watching a movie, you know? Kind of like a Tom Hanks movie. The bioluminescence!
Bioluminescence. Compared to the rest of the world, this natural phenomenon is common in the Philippines.
Yes.
And it never disappoints.
That is so gorgeous.
Look at that.
Oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, even seeing it in a Minecraft is really pretty. so serene.
By now, I knew that I had to be nearing the island.
Yeah. I feel like I
As day
can't
15 went on,
talk much,
I steadily
guys.
continued southeast. That is, until I finally saw land. That's
no.
right.
Doggo interruption. Yeah, it feels like I'm watching a movie, so I feel like I shouldn't really talk, you know?
I had reached Palawan, known to be one of the most stunning locations in all of the Philippines.
It is. It really is.
The island itself is the 5th largest in the country.
Yeah.
And here, many of the locals still partake in a traditional lifestyle, where fishing and agriculture are heavily relied upon.
Yes. Yes.
Next morning, I decided to continue sailing along the coast for a bit, as I wanted to find the mountainous center of the island, where I would hopefully find the Tikbalang. But I soon had to pause that plan, as I saw some animals near the shore. After seeing that I had found a binturong, I knew immediately that this would be my companion. So I crafted a knife and collected some straw,
so cute.
before finally crafting a lead. And from here, I just had to get him in my boat.
Yeah,
Which
get a
is
friend.
much easier said than done. Yeah, he just either kept moving or didn't move at all.
I don't think he wants to
which
go
was
with
a bit
you.
frustrating. I couldn't even get him in the boat before nightfall.
Aw.
So the next day,
Get him his own
I built
boat.
an entire staircase.
Aw.
And finally,
Just
I
for
was
him.
able to get him on board.
Let's go. But you need
So
to
with
feed
that
him.
done, Basket and I continued down the coast.
Aw.
And yes, Basket is what I decided to name him. I have no idea
He
why,
can
but
barely
then again,
move.
do I ever know
He's
why?
got a long
Anyways,
tail.
as we sailed into the afternoon, my boat became unbearably slow, as it had run out of fuel. So I decided to disembark here and go by foot.
I hope he can come back later.
I made my way up through the mountainous terrain and headed inland, hoping to reach the center of the island. However, little did I know, the hunt had already begun.
Oh?
No thanks. I immediately froze, and then cautiously looked around me. And that's when I saw something.
Oh!
It was staring at me from behind the leaves.
Is that?
You know, I can't actually see you behind those leaves.
Yeah, I can't
You're not
remember.
very
Is
good
that a
at hiding,
golem?
are ya?
If this was the Tikbalang, I was definitely not ready to fight it.
I think that's a
So I
golem.
ran.
Yeah, I'm not ready for this.
Oh.
And when I got to the shore, I turned around and looked behind me,
Nothing.
only to see, well, nothing. I decided to just get in my boat and row from here.
Yeah, I think in
Yeah, I could
folklore, if
only
I'm not
assume that I had just
mistaken,
encountered the creature, as that did not look
Tikbalangs
like
are
any
usually seen
wildlife
at
that you would
night.
normally see here. But my concerns soon faded, as I was distracted by the appearance of buildings in the distance.
And
it seems as though I had found a town. I rode along multiple buildings before then entering this bay. Within the bay, I saw this lone tower, which I decided to approach and climb up.
Whoever made
Suddenly,
this
a
world
burst of
is
fireflies
insane.
emerged from the trees in front of me.
Yes,
is pretty
Palawan
cool.
is known for that too.
But that was soon followed by some rain.
Of
So,
course.
I just headed back to the town to sleep.
Ah, pretty. Oh, there is a place in Palawan. Like the houses on the water.
Next morning, I decided to explore the town some. After looking through some of the buildings, I knew I would have to come back later with my ship. After all, I had a mythical creature to hunt now, and apparently I was in the right location. I headed to the edge of the forest, and before entering it, I crafted a shield.
Okay.
After climbing through the hot mountainous
Hopefully he
terrain,
does see it.
I saw that I needed food. So I headed down towards the shore, and ended up rowing for a while in search of fish. Yet it wasn't fish that I found. No, instead, I found a huge rock formation, with a large cave jutting right into it.
Yes. Is that Twin Lakes? Yeah, Puerto Princesa! Oh my god!
the Puerto Princesa subterranean river.
Oh my god.
Over 8 kilometers or 5 miles of a cavern-enclosed river that showcases not only incredible limestone rock formations,
It
but
is.
also a special
It
mix
is
of both ocean and mountain ecosystems thanks to the river's location.
It's a tourist
Tours
attraction.
frequently traverse the length of the subterranean river,
Yes.
but in a careful manner, as this area is well
This takes a whole day. I unfortunately couldn't go on this trip because it took a whole day and we didn't have enough time.
protected due to the biodiversity that it boasts. I decided to enter the river the next morning, but I had to fight some mobs at the entrance first. As I made my way into this cavernous room, I saw this giant centipede and just decided to walk around the mobs. After entering
I
the
didn't
next
see
room,
it.
though, I was finally alone. So, I placed my boat down and began to row.
Would you guys go on a trip like this? I feel a bit claustrophobic.
The river was certainly cool, but it was also slightly eerie.
Yeah. It's just too
I made my way
much
further down the
darkness.
cavernous river. But then, everything changed.
Oh no.
Oh.
I quickly got my axe out and slowly continued. And then I saw it.
There it is.
My first response was to row away fast, but I came to my senses and realized that this
But you're
was
in
the
the
time
water.
to fight it.
Yeah. You're in the
So,
water. You'll be fine.
I went for it.
Oh, that is so cool. Hello there, Tikbalang. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh, I can't swim! Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh
This
no.
was a mistake.
Oh no, it can't
It
swim.
was now swimming after me, and it was fast.
Oh no. 'Cause this
I
is
swam
hardcore
through the winding
Minecraft.
rocky paths as fast as I could.
It's probably really tanky.
After a lot of frantic swimming, I finally reached the entrance to the cave. Yeah,
Oh no,
I
he's
knew
hungry.
that even though I
We're getting
barely
hungry
escaped,
soon.
I would have to find it again soon. Because I still have 3 other creatures to hunt.
He's waiting for you. Oh, the cinematography is just
As my hunt
peak.
continued into day 21, I hiked through the nearby mountains and ended up finding a path to follow. But as I walked along the path, I was greeted by some water monitors.
Water. Is that
Opting
a
to keep following the
salamander?
trail, I found myself now walking up a really steep hill. At the top of the hill was a cave opening, and upon entering the cave, it was clear that this wasn't just a normal cave.
Oh. Oh god, this POV is scary. What?
These skulls told me exactly what I would find here. As it turns out, my hunt would be over shortly, as this was most certainly where the Tikbalang spawns.
Oh.
I slowly made my way down one of the paths, until my theory was unfortunately confirmed.
Oh! He's going so fast. Kind of. Oh my god, he's so fast. He's like spinning.
Once again, I found myself in a chase. And it looked as though I was the slower one.
Run! Run
I leapt
faster.
out of the cave and ran down the path, but the Tikbalang followed right behind me.
Oh,
So I had no choice but to jump into the water.
but he's gonna follow you to the water.
And of course, when I turned
Oh.
around, it wasn't there. Yeah, it was time for me to
What?
take this hunt a little more seriously. And to do that, I would need armor.
More mining.
I continued mining through the next morning. Even though I found iron, it was only a vein of 3. But I found a lot more shortly after. So with that, I began smelting, and was able to craft myself a chest plate.
Alright.
Now I needed
it's all
food,
suited up.
so I crafted a fishing rod. And got right to it. I caught a decent amount of fish before nightfall.
Yeah, he's probably gonna need to stock up on food before he goes for the hunt. Oh my gosh, breathtaking scene. Oh, this is making me want to play, you guys. Oh.
And on day 23, I decided that I was ready to finally take down the Tikbalang. So I walked up the path and entered the cave.
I love the way he says Tikbalang.
From here,
Oh.
I cautiously walked through the dark rooms. But it wasn't where I had
Is he gonna
seen it
try
before.
to trap him?
In fact, I just ended up getting attacked by cave spiders. But on a good note, I found another 4 iron. So, after staying the night here, I left the cave the next morning and refilled my water. I also did some fishing and ended up smelting the iron, which I made into a helmet.
Nice.
Now I was ready for attempt number 2. I slowly headed back into the cave, and this time, it wasn't missing.
There he is. Oh my god, he's coming for you. Okay, are you gonna try and trap it? No?
It was so fast that I honestly
It's
don't
so
even know what happened
fast.
here. What I do know is that damage was
Holy.
being dealt to me, so I had to run.
Yeah, he's like half health. He's half
Thinking
health.
quickly, I towered up,
Okay.
and that's when I discovered
Okay.
its weakness.
Oh!
It couldn't hit me from down there, so I started trying to hit it from up here. And every now and then, I was actually successul.
Nice.
This thing was so hard to hit. And even when I
'Cause it
did
moves
hit
around
it,
so
sometimes
much.
these purple particles would just block it.
Oh.
But I knew that this was it. I had to keep dealing damage. And eventually,
He's got
after
this.
dealing multiple successful hits,
He's. he
I
did
defeated the
it!
Tikbalang.
The
And that's right,
Tikbalang is
the first
dead.
mythical creature of the Philippines had just been defeated.
Let's go.
Which meant that it was time to bring my boat around to the village. So with
That's
that being
a
said,
big
I made my
W.
way north the next morning. And didn't actually reach the boat until the early afternoon.
But what loot
And
did he
Basket
get?
had been patiently waiting here.
Oh,
He
he's
really has
spinning.
no idea what I just went through. Anyways, as Basket and I made our way down to the village on day 26, let's discuss the next mythical creature that I'll be hunting. Because this one is nothing like the Tikbalang.
The Tiyanak.
The Tiyanak.
Yeah.
A deadly vampiric creature that presents itself as a baby,
Oh,
using
the
its cries to
Tiyanak.
lure unsuspecting travelers to their deaths. This creature may not be as intimidating as the last one, but it is relentlessly evil
It's probably
and
fast too.
dangerously fast. I will be hunting the Tiyanak on the island from which it originated, Mindanao.
Oh, really?
But for now, I had a town to get to. A town that I arrived at on day 27. As I looked around it again, I realized that I hadn't even properly looked through the loot here. This became apparent when I found a lot of useful stuff, like ube,
Yes.
a special type of yam found all
ube.
throughout Filipino cuisine. I also found more practical things
They
like the
they
backpack
better have
and a canteen.
halo-halo. They
And
better
so,
have
with my new
halo-halo.
findings in mind, I decided that it was time for a proper ship upgrade. I collected tons of birch wood that afternoon, and the next morning,
Do
I
we
got to
have
work on the new
birchwood in
boat.
the Philippines?
I made this one much
Guys,
longer,
do you know?
as I wanted to replicate a traditional Filipino boat.
Excuse me.
I ended up adding an oak trim today, before crafting a new engine on day 29. From here, I made the main cabin area, and finished the entire structure the next morning. I added all of my storage items,
Yes.
and by that evening,
Yes.
I just had to transfer everything
He's
from my
making
old
the one
boat
with
to my new
the
one.
little rods on the
So
side.
I got right to work on that the next day. I transferred all of the floaters before replacing the helm. And
Oh
hey,
my gosh.
this boat also floats. Now I just had one more thing to transfer. And that was, of course, Basket. Yes, once again, this was a chore. Basket hates
Can't
cooperation.
leave him
So I
behind.
went with the giant staircase tactic again. And it ended up working. So with my new ship crafted and Basket on board,
It looks so good. He did a really great job trying to make it like the traditional boats. Guys, this is a traditional fishing boat here in the Philippines.
it was time to set off for the next island. I said my goodbyes to Palawan
Bye,
before
Palawan.
heading in the direction of Mindanao. Day 32 was a rainy day.
At least the waves are calm.
I was heading southeast at a decent speed, but as I progressed through the salty waters, some shapes emerged below the surface.
Oh,
Just like last time, I decided to ignore the sharks and just kept sailing on.
There's a huge one.
Not much happened for the rest of the day.
At least they don't try to attack the boat. Oh my gosh. It feels like I'm watching a movie.
The weather had become violent, and there was a huge cyclone nearby.
Tropical
Basket was starting
cyclones.
to get pulled in the direction of the cyclone.
Oh no! Basket!
So I had to sail as far away from it as I could.
Oh no!
Eventually,
Basket.
after enough sailing, the weather began to clear. But
Oh,
I
there we
didn't
go.
celebrate, as I knew this would be a common occurrence.
Yep.
See,
Yeah.
the Philippines unfortunately holds the title of the most disaster-prone country in the world.
Are you serious? Are you really? You know what? We have everything. Floods, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, mudslides. What else? Fires? Yeah, we've got everything, chat. It's more fun in the Philippines.
A title that is held for the last 16 years.
Are you...
Disasters
wow.
aside, my attention was soon caught by something else. As the storm had cleared, I could now see an array of shapes and colors in the water below me.
Mm-hmm.
And I soon discovered that I was sailing on a reef.
Coral! Tumbataha Reef.
Tubataha Reef, one of the most beloved dive
Tubataha.
sites in the world. With over 1,200 different species of marine life,
Wow.
this protected reef is not just diverse, but it's ancient, as it finished forming around 1 million years ago.
Wow.
This World Heritage Site is home to a vast array of fish, turtles,
Whale sharks.
and of course, the largest fish of them all, the whale shark.
Yeah. Oh,
I
look
explored
at
the
it's
reef,
like a
and
fish
as I
taxi.
did, I ended up finding some Titan triggerfish, which some of you might remember from my Australia episode.
Oh.
Anyways, it soon began to rain again, so I continued east and caught a rather cool sunset. I continued sailing through day 34, as I still had a bit of ocean to go. You know what? It was kind of nice just sailing.
Not gonna lie, this video feels like a tourist promotion for the Philippines. He's just showing a lot of wonderful locations and big tourist spots in the Philippines. I'm loving this so much.
Especially after fighting a mythical beast. So when the next 2 days were just more sailing, I didn't complain. It was a good change of pace. And outside of a little rain, not much happened at all.
He should
But of
get a
course,
ball and name it
I was
Wilson.
about to start hunting a very different type of creature. So when I spotted land on day 37, I prepared myself.
Land
As Mindanao
spotted.
is also a very different type of island.
It's very dangerous there, you
Mindanao is the
guys.
second largest island in the Philippines, and is home to the tallest point in the country, Mount Apo.
Mount
But what makes
Apple.
Mindanao different from the other islands is its heavily tropical and in some places marshy environments.
Yeah.
That leads to both unique animals and a large output of agricultural produce.
Yes.
But I had to think about where best to look for the Tiyanak. I followed the shoreline and figured that it would probably be out in the forests of the island. So, after sailing along the shore for a bit,
Props to him for researching how to properly say Tiyanak, by the way.
I waited that night and listened for cries. But yeah, I got nothing. So the next morning, I headed into the forests of the island, knowing fully that my hunt had just begun. However, before I could make it far into my search, I found some very special animals. The Philippine tarsier is found in the southeastern part of the country. And these guys aren't just cute, but they're also really cool. Tarsiers have the largest eyes relative to their bodies of any mammal.
Huge.
Oh, and these little guys are the only primates that are
Oh my god, that is so freaking adorable, you guys. I can't. Can we make this permanent? Tarsiers in Minecraft. Make it official. They're too cute.
entirely carnivorous, as they eat spiders, lizards, and even snakes. The Philippines is the best country to spot this animal, so definitely try to find some if you visit.
They're also nocturnal, you guys.
Next morning, I
Yeah.
continued my travels east across the island.
Any tarsiers in the
I
chat?
hadn't heard any cries yet, but there was a wonder that I knew of on the east coast of the island,
Snil.
so I headed in that direction. However, I soon found myself in a rather marshy area, so I decided that it was fishing time.
No, 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 no. Not again.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Seeing that my favorite reptile was once again in front of me, I crafted a boat and began rowing. This was a bad idea, though,
Are they gonna
as
follow?
I ended up rowing way too
Oh!
close to some of them.
Let's go.
It was just so
Oh my
hard to see them until they were
God.
right below me.
It's a swarm.
So I eventually decided to just row to the banks of the marsh. And from there, I continued on my way.
Yeah, if you guys know, we had this saltwater crocodile named Lolong. He was, I think, the world's biggest recorded crocodile.
Only I was once again interrupted that very evening.
Oh god, I hate that. I don't
looked
like
around
that.
frantically, and then
I don't like that. Oh!
I saw it.
Oh, there. Oh, he's
But
looking.
a rather speedy zombie distracted me,
Yeah, those other
So I
zombies are
towered up
fast.
and then had to stay the night
That's
up here.
honestly a strat.
I woke the next morning and fought some zombies, but the Tiyanak was gone.
Shouldn't
I
they be
decided to
burning?
just keep heading east towards the wonder that I wanted to see.
I guess that's a hardcore Minecraft
So I
thing.
took this river and did just that. That afternoon, I began to climb up and over some mountains. But soon enough, the sun began to set,
Oh, I can feel the heat.
and I soon realized that the Tiyanak was the one hunting me.
No.
This time, I spotted it rather quickly, but not in time to stop it from attacking. Ooh, okay.
Oh!
Duh.
Oh!
I will drop kick you. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh
It
no.
dealt so much damage
Oh no,
to me.
he's almost
Yeah,
dead.
one more hit and I'm dead.
He's
So I had no choice
oh.
but to run.
Do the thing again. Do
And
the
after
thing,
running
go on
for
top.
a bit, I towered up once more.
Yes. This
I
feels
woke
like
up
a
on day
Nat
41
Geo
with the absence
documentary.
of baby cries. That's something I didn't think I would be saying today. Anyways, I healed up the best I could, before then continuing east. At this point, I suspected that the Tiyanak spawned at night in the forest, as I had only seen it at sunset. So with that in mind, I just kept trekking, noting that I was both low on food and
Oh
health.
no.
And of course, that's when I heard a hiss.
Oh.
I knew I had to use the very last of my sprint to run.
Oh, he's gonna
And
go
after having
hungry
done
so
so,
soon.
I was now in a bad position.
Yeah.
I was not only low on health, but I now couldn't sprint at all. Oh, and to make matters worse, the sun was setting.
Oh no.
Finally, though,
I think
on
you
a
should
good
go
note,
back.
I had just
There
stumbled
you
across the very
go.
wonder that I was looking for. The Enchanted River.
Ah, the Enchanted River.
The
Yes.
Hinatuan Enchanted River is a rather unique stretch of saltwater that is connected to the ocean. This river is unique because of its depth of around 80 feet, or 24 meters. However, there are cave systems within the depths of this vibrant blue water that go even deeper. This, along with the legend of fish inhabiting these waters that cannot be caught, truly adds to the enchanting part of the river.
How come
And
it
even
cannot
though
be
you
caught?
can't swim in it, mostly due to the preservation of the river, it's certainly worth a visit. As the sun set that evening, I fully expected to hear more cries. However, I heard nothing, which just confused me.
Maybe it doesn't spawn
Next morning,
near
I
the
went to get more
rivers.
food. I had some fishing and
Shrimp
ended up
or
crafting boots
lobster?
from the diamonds I still had.
Oh, nice.
From there, I did even
Is
more
diamond
fishing.
armor even good
Before
though?
then, healing back up. But as I
forgot.
tried to head back, I saw that my boat was occupied.
Oh? Oh!
The evening sun soon set in.
The little turtles.
And now with me approaching the forest, I surely expected to hear more cries. Yet the forest was silent again. Perhaps I wasn't far enough inland? So to answer that, on day 43, I decided to head much further inland. I filled up my water at this river, and then I climbed the nearby mountains. Only, as I did, I saw something in the distance.
Oh, a
I
tower?
approached it and saw not only a large bamboo forest, but also what appeared to be an abandoned tower of sorts.
Oh.
I walked towards the tower and decided that this would be my headquarters for hunting the Tiyanak. So that being said, I prepared myself as the sun eventually set. And I waited for the cries. And tonight, I heard them again.
This is gonna be where
But
he
I
slays the
didn't see it
Tiyanak, I
anywhere.
believe. Oh, that was so quick.
I ran to the tower as fast as I could.
Oh no. Oh no, your health. Your health.
And of course, in the tower, I was met with this.
Oh no.
After that, I climbed up the ladder. Only I didn't stay here for long, because I decided to go back out and find it again.
Oh, but you should heal.
And of course, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, you should have healed my guy.
Yeah,
oh,
I had to retreat.
tower,
There was simply
tower
no other
tactics.
option.
Tower up.
I woke up the next morning knowing that I needed a plan,
Yeah.
and I soon came up with a rather decent one. So I got right to work, starting with fishing, where I somehow managed to fish up a power 4 bow.
No.
Anyways, I then got to
Nice.
chopping, and then sand collecting. Yeah, I want to see if any of you can guess what I'm doing before I finish it. Maybe the next thing I craft will tell you, because I made a whole lot of signs. Finally, that evening, I started to dig out this tower area.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And on
Actually, I
day
have no idea what
45,
he's trying to do.
I began work
Oh.
on my sand trap.
Oh.
Yes, my plan was to suffocate the baby.
Oh.
I really hope my neighbors don't hear me saying this. Anyways, I cleared the path of the sand. Yeah, I would need to time this just right, but it was certainly worth trying. So, with my trap ready and nightfall approaching, all I had to do was wait. And just as I expected, I heard the cries. Only this time, it found me pretty quickly. Ooh, there he is. So
Okay.
now I just had to enact this plan.
Is it gonna work? Oh, he's right there. Oh. Oh, he's
This
right there.
is where I made a terrible mistake. See, I'd made a critical error in only placing one layer of sand for the trap.
Oh.
And of course, that did nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I started rebuilding the trap. But the Tiyanak was still hitting me from below.
Wow.
In fact, I had to escape up to the roof just to heal
long
myself.
range.
But I persisted, as I was going to get this trap to work.
Okay, you
After
got
many
this.
more hits, I had finally rebuilt it. And now, I
Still
just have to
hitting
wait for the
him.
right moment. The trap immediately
Nice!
began dealing constant damage to the Tiyanak.
Nice!
I jumped down to take a closer look, but it just hit me again. However, after a while of waiting and listening to its health deplete, I had officially killed the Tiyanak.
Let's go!
Yes, that's
He's
right.
such a
The demon baby fell for the classic sand trap. Well, the next morning, I
That
checked
was
just to be
so
sure.
good.
And yeah,
Really
it was
good use of
definitely
the
dead.
tower as well.
So now it was time for me to head back to my ship.
Oh, but okay, yeah, that was so creative. Using the tower to make a sand trap. 10 out of 10 strat. Okay, he has 2 more to go. Really interested to see what method he's gonna go for.
The sky soon opened up and a strong storm rolled in.
Excuse me.
I headed in the direction of my ship and eventually I reached the shore. The storm died down as I rowed towards my boat. And the next day, I finally reached it. I was once again reunited with Basket. And yeah, he still has no idea
Basket.
what I just did. Anyways, I adjusted my course and set sail north, in the direction of the next creature.
Bungisngis?
The Bungisngis.
What?
A giant one-eyed creature that is most prominently known for its laugh. As for its danger,
Oh
well,
my
these
god.
creatures...
I've never heard of Bungisngis. Wait, sorry. I haven't heard of Bungisngis in so many years. I'm so surprised to see here.
aren't exactly known to be evil, just rather brash and hazardous. Therefore, I won't hunt this one to vanquish it, but rather just to observe it. And while the Bungisngis can be found in multiple spots around Luzon, I'll be searching for it here, in southern Luzon.
Oh.
So that being said, I continued my sailing, as I had a little ways to go. I sailed on through the next few days, making my way further north and into the Visayas. But while I do that, I want to go ahead and say thanks to my team that helped me make this video. I'll actually have my very first end credits for this video, so you can see
Let's
each individual member who helped.
go.
But I want to give a special thanks to Matori and Jumbo Hot Dog, my associate editor and my thumbnail designer. The two of them
Let's
live in the
go.
Philippines and were able to help me a
Yeah.
ton with this video, so I really appreciate it.
Oh.
But with that being said, I finally ended up spotting land on day 51. And while this definitely wasn't Luzon,
Guys, give thanks, honestly, to the Filipino editors. A lot of YouTube editors are Filipino, surprisingly.
I was curious to see which island it was. I ended up finding this river and decided to take it. But not long after following it, I realized that I was on the island of Bohol,
Bohol.
because the most famous landmark of the
Yes.
Philippines sat before me.
Yes. The chocolate hills. Oh.
The Chocolate Hills, an
Oh
incredible
my
array of
goodness.
limestone deposits that, in the dry season, take on a light chocolate color.
Yeah.
And while the number of hills isn't exactly known, there are at least 1,200 of them. Yeah, that makes this
Yes.
a top travel location for anyone who wants to see unique landscapes.
You should. I've seen this personally. It's gorgeous. Also, did you know we learned from my trip there is that the hills were underwater a long time ago.
You could really say that about the entirety of the Philippines, but the Chocolate Hills are definitely something special.
Yeah.
As it turns out, I'd made it here just in time, because after climbing up one, I caught a great sunset view.
Oh.
But I've got places to be. So the next morning, I headed back to my ship. I continued
Oh,
my
no.
sailing
Okay.
journey, as I was now officially in the Visayas,
I thought he was gonna stay there
this
for a little
archipelago
bit.
consisting of multiple islands here in the center of the country. The sailing wasn't too eventful though. No, in fact, nothing really happened on day 52 or day 53. I was just following the coasts of these islands. So, in order to make my travels more efficient, I decided to sail through the night.
Let's go. This kind of Makes me want to go sailing.
The next day,
I miss
came
being
across yet
being
another
on a
island.
boat.
But this island had some structures on the beach. I went to explore them, but I didn't see any chests inside. I did see this fridge, though. That was made out of
Fridge.
2 iron blocks. Yeah,
Or
I
as the Filipinos like to call it, Frigidaire.
immediately took them. From there, I
Frigidaire.
decided that I might as well do a little ship upgrade. So I got to work on the second tier of my cabin. And the next morning, I had made a lot of progress. But that's when a storm started up nearby. I just continued building, but I also kept an eye on the winds.
Oh,
Not long after, I
Cyclone
felt myself
coming?
being pulled towards what I could only imagine was a cyclone. So yeah, I had to sail away.
oh no.
I continued sailing through day 56, as I also needed fuel at this point. After finding another island, I pulled over and did some collecting, before building what I could that evening. It wasn't until the next day that I would finally finish the second floor though. I used the leftover wood for fuel, and carried on towards Luzon. Eventually, I was hoping to make the second floor into my kitchen,
Looking
but
pretty
I'll probably do that
nice.
after this mythical creature. I just hoped that I would reach Luzon soon.
Yeah, some boats they actually use for week trips or day trips for tourists. So you go sailing around the islands, but you'll be sleeping on the boat. It's a really cool experience to see. I've never experienced it myself, but I do see it on social media. They offer those kind of trips. Oh,
Yeah, this was already turning out to be the longest leg of my trip so far. So, when I saw this tiny island, I went mining for stone. Yeah, remember the fridge iron that I stole? Well, I was about to use that to craft another engine. And I did so right as the
another
sun set.
engine to go. Is it gonna go faster
Finally,
though?
the next morning, I could sail with speed. At least
Ah.
a little more speed than what I had. And with that, I headed back out into the open ocean. Only this time, I wasn't in the open waters for very long. No, I found yet another island that
Island
afternoon.
spotted.
And judging by its size, I had finally arrived at Luzon.
Back to Luzon. Carabao.
Luzon is the largest and most well-known island in the Philippines, thanks to the fact that it hosts over half of the country's population.
Yeah.
The capital of the Philippines, Manila, can also be found here. And while I was on this island earlier, there is still plenty more for me to see here. After following the coast for a while, I eventually found a spot to get off at.
Sea
From here,
turtle.
I began my trek towards one of the areas that the Bungisngis resides in. However, it wasn't long before I was reunited with a certain animal.
Oh. 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 Huge. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
I was being attacked by a huge cobra,
Holy.
and there wasn't much I could do about it.
Holy crap.
Until I was left on 1.5 hearts.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I ran.
Oh no, he's actually gonna die from the freaking cobra and not the folklore creatures?
Having finally reached a safe distance,
Okay.
I healed back up. I can't exactly say that I felt welcomed back to Luzon. The next morning, I decided to stay along the coast rather than go inland for reasons. I still wasn't where the Bungisngis resides, but after a bit of rowing, I did find this river. So I decided to take it. And upon doing so, I found myself in a rather large lake. Only it didn't take long for me to realize that I was very much in the right location now, because before me was the tall volcano.
Is it Mayon? Oh, Taal! Taal!
The tall volcano is a currently active volcano that sits within
It
this
is.
caldera. And just for reference, a caldera is the depression formed when a volcano erupts and collapses.
Yes.
So yeah, this one is pretty prominent.
The whole thing is a
But
volcano.
that's not the only unique thing about the Tall volcano, as this little island within Tall Lake is called Vulcan Point, meaning that this is an island within a lake, within an island, within a lake, within an island. Yeah, if you got lost there, I don't blame you. Just know that it is both a geologic and geographic spectacle. I walked along the ridge of the volcano that very evening. As I rode around the lake the next morning, I found what looked to be a graveyard. Oh, and up on the ridge, there is another structure of some kind. I went ahead and approached the graveyard, and that's when I found this chest.
Manuscript.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently this graveyard was
it's
haunted or
haunted.
something. And now I couldn't get this ghost to stop following
Oh
me.
no.
This was actually a serious issue, as it almost ended up killing me
I
here.
wish he read the manuscript.
so
Maybe
I
there
just
was
rode away.
info about that.
I'll have to go the long way to reach
Whose
the other
grave
structure.
it was.
And that's just what I did. I tree jumped for essentially the rest of the day. I did end up making it all the way up the mountain. But of course, as I approached the structure, I saw that it was a pillager base. I reluctantly approached the base the next morning, and could hear many pillagers within. However, I was able to safely sneak some loot from this building. I then went with my normal approach and climbed up onto the roof. But after one managed to hit me, it seemed as though I couldn't escape them at all.
It's too many of them.
They were just in every room, and there were so many of them.
Yeah.
So I decided to play it safe, and I just left. After all, I was in the right area to find the Bungisngis. So I should probably focus on that now. With that being said, I hiked back down the mountain and headed east.
I love the soundtracks he's using. It's perfect.
As I tree jumped the next day, a large mountain came into view. I decided to head in that direction, only, as I did, I saw something huge moving out of nowhere. There was no way that I actually found it this quickly, but my doubts were soon answered.
Found it.
As I approached the giant, it definitely looked hostile. Well, that is until it started dancing on this azalea. But it soon began to approach me, so just to be safe, I ran towards the mountain, only to discover that it was stuck yet again. This time, I decided to help it out a bit. Yeah, sometimes I wonder why I make the choices that I do. Anyways, after freeing him, I ran back towards the mountain, and I seemed to have lost him. Only that was a grave assumption.
Oh! Is he just right behind?
Yeah, it was definitely mad at me.
Oh, that gave me goosebumps. That gave me goosebumps. Yeah, it's not gonna be that friendly. Not that friendly.
After fleeing for a bit, I seemed to have lost it. Only it wasn't long until I found myself staring at a very long pathway that led right up the mountain. Naturally, I followed it. The pathway continued for a while, until the terrain became too steep, and it transitioned into ladders. So I did some climbing.
Okay.
And yeah, at this point, I was pretty high up. But when I reached the top, I was a bit confused, as there wasn't really anything up here. I climbed onto this branch and took a look around, and that's when I saw it. A large cave opening that seemed to be glowing red. However, my explorations would soon come to a halt,
but I don't see it.
As the sun was setting. So I just slept outside the cave. Only what I didn't know is that this cave was the very cave that the Bungisngis spawns in.
Let's go.
So when I went to look in the cave the next morning, I was in for a surprise.
He's right there!
Yeah, this guy was eating the mobs inside the cave.
Oh, wow.
Suddenly, the cave was filled with a thick layer of fog. And the only thing that I could see was a large silhouette heading my way.
Oh, that is kind of creepy.
I quickly backed away. But when I went to look back, I saw it just sort of staring at me. So, out of curiosity, I decided to head to the other side of the mountain. And yeah, it just kind of stared at me from here, too. So you know what, Bungisngis? You seem perfectly happy eating your little mobs in your cave, so I honestly won't disturb you from here. You just keep being you. Don't let anyone change you, not even Basket. So, having parted ways with Bungisngis, I had only one mythical creature to go.
That's
and
fair.
Little did I know,
I
it
can
would
respect
be the most
that.
difficult one I've ever tried to defeat. But before I start my final hunt, there was one more location on the west coast of Luzon that I really wanted to see. So with that, I made my way west, and reached this large lake by that afternoon.
Wonder
As I
which
followed along the
location
lake
he's
the next
talking
morning,
about.
it eventually filtered out into the ocean. So, from here, I just kept along the coast. And as I passed more volcanoes, I figured now would be a good time to mention that the Philippines hosts 24 active volcanoes.
Yep.
And
Palawan is
that's just
still very
because the country
active.
lies on the Pacific Ring of Fire, which is a tectonic line that experiences most of the world's earthquakes and volcanic activity. But volcanoes aside, I'd finally reached my destination the next day. Yes, I'd arrived at the city of Vigan.
Ah, Vigan. It's so gorgeous there, you guys.
The city of Vigan was established in 1572 as an essential hub for the then Spanish Philippines.
Yeah.
But to understand the history of this city,
I need
we
to
have to go a little bit
revisit
further
Vigan.
back. See, a rather famous explorer by the name of Ferdinand Magellan stumbled across the Philippines in 1521. After claiming the islands for Spain, they were then named Las Filipinas, after the King of Spain, Philip II. But back to Vigan, this city is claimed as a
Yeah.
World Heritage City, simply due to its age and preservation of Spanish colonial architecture. I explored the history.
Despite the trauma that was caused by the Spaniards' colonization, I'm surprised they decided to preserve the Spanish culture and the architecture.
York City and entered whatever shops I could find. It was here that I took an anvil and some banners. But my shopping spree didn't last long,
Oh
as the
no.
afternoon was approaching. So I checked myself
They
into
actually
the hotel.
don't care.
That seemed to be rather busy.
Too
Anyways,
busy.
I found a room on the second floor, and as the night sky set in, I looked at the view from my window.
Oh, it's so nice. What are they doing in that window? Aww. The streets of Vigan. It is really pretty there, by the way, guys, but it's really far from Manila. That's a thing.
Next day, I took one last look around the city.
Didn't even try to
as
go
I still
down
have
the right
one more
way.
creature to find, and I want to make sure I have plenty of time for this one.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I headed back to the shore and started my trip back to my ship. This trip took a while, as it was basically non-stop rowing, and as I've established, Luzon is simply huge.
It is.
So while I
How
travel
far
south, I might as well
did he
reveal
park
what
his
this
ship?
final creature is.
Yes. Manananggal.
The Manananggal
Oh!
is a dreadfully evil spirit that is able to detach her upper body and fly
Yeah.
around, hunting for victims to either eat or drain.
Yes.
This creature is not only one of the most infamous of the Philippines, but she is also perhaps the most deadly, and easily the most terrifying.
It really is a creepy idea for her to just detach from her body while her guts are out while she's flying. It is really one of the creepiest creatures, folklore creatures here in the Philippines.
I will find this creature on Samar Island.
Samar. Oh, really?
I finally reached my ship on day 72, and was promptly reunited with Basket. But before leaving, I decided to craft him his own little space. Oh, and I also used the anvil I borrowed to properly give him his name.
Oh, basket.
From there, I set off towards Samar Island, hugging the coast of Luzon as I went. Only that same night, I saw yet another display of a natural spectacle.
Hmm? Yes.
While I sail along the bioluminescence tonight, I might as well explain just what it is. In the Philippines, bioluminescence is caused mostly by plankton and bacteria that emit light when disturbed. And while the Philippines is a great place to see this phenomenon, it's mostly observed in the warmer months and in specific areas. So be sure to do your research if you plan on seeing this spectacle. With that being said, I found myself sailing further along the coast the next day. And while this trip shouldn't take nearly as long as the last, I still had a good stretch of Luzon to follow. A stretch that includes the very thing taking shape in front of me. That's right, I certainly hadn't seen the last of the volcanoes here. No, in fact, we were coming up on my personal favorite.
Mayon, there you go.
The Mayon volcano. At over 8,000 feet, or 2,400 meters,
Wow.
this may be the most perfectly shaped volcano in the world, which has certainly led to it becoming a tourist hotspot. But this incredible volcano isn't just a pretty sight. Since the 17th century, there have been over 30 prominent eruptions recorded from it, making Mayon the most active volcano in the Philippines.
Which currently it is. It is currently. If you look at the news, look it up, Mayon volcano. There's been some activity recently. It's really scaring the locals there.
And while some people have summited the volcano, that is a very dangerous task that requires a permit due to the unpredictable nature of it.
Yes.
But exploring in Minecraft certainly has its perks. As the next morning, I decided to start climbing up the side of it. This was a daunting task, as some parts of it were quite steep.
Did he pack enough food and water for
But
this?
by that afternoon, I had reached the summit.
Oh, I did. Oh, that is breathtakingly gorgeous. Oh my gosh.
However, I went ahead and started my descent, as I needed to get to Samar Island as soon as I could. So on day 75, I got right back to sailing.
A longer scenery
Now
of
in a
that.
more southwest direction. I was now finally sailing in the open ocean, which was great because that meant that when I saw land the next day, it had to be Samar.
Samar.
Samar is the third largest island in the Philippines,
Never been there.
and it's home to a plethora of caves and naturally stunning sights. It's often considered to be the gem of the Philippines, as it's not as touristy as some of the other islands, and that's a shame, because it really is
Oh,
beautiful.
wow.
I soon experienced this beauty firsthand as a town came into view, and a rather lively looking one. I explored the town a bit the next morning, but I also knew that I had to get moving. So I quickly got to rowing. My plan was to row along the shore until I see a structure or cave, or just anything for me to explore really. And, luckily for me, it wasn't long before something did come into view. A tower appeared in the distance, and, after approaching it, it looked to be some sort of old colonial tower.
I think you can
And it
see
also
his
looked as though there was a
PC
way to climb
struggle
it.
a bit by loading in the chunks.
Yes, the Spanish, infamous for their ladder parkour.
Of course.
Ugh.
Oh! Ow.
Alright, this is my second try.
Oh!
This is coming from a former Bed Wars player.
Yeah.
I used to make Bed Wars videos back in the day. Very few of you probably know that. But, yeah.
Yeah, this
Oh,
wasn't
no.
exactly an easy climb for me. But I eventually reached the top, and jumped to these vines hanging off of this cannon. Now, the only issue was that there wasn't really anything up here.
Just
And
skulls
with the
in
sun
the
setting,
cannon.
I had no idea where to go from here. But I was soon distracted by my sudden overheating. Yeah, I quickly opened my backpack and got my leaf clothes on.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, with the night sky now setting in, I began to look around. And soon enough, I saw something.
Spotted?
It looked like a tiny structure of sorts. But yeah, I really couldn't tell what it was from here. So that's exactly where I headed the next morning.
Looks like a
I
small
slowly
village.
made my way through the dense forestry of the island, before uncovering what appeared to be a large abandoned structure.
Is that a church?
As I explored the area, I saw lots of mobs hiding in the dark, so I just didn't go over there. Instead, I went up to the second floor and walked over to what looked like a mine shaft. Regardless, as more mobs began to spawn, I headed up the tall tower at the front. I then made my way up a ridiculously tall spiral staircase, only to find something very alarming at the top. Yeah, this was definitely eerie. I could only assume
Oh.
that this belonged to the Manananggal. So I headed down the stairs a little, and decided to wait here,
The spawn?
hoping that the creature would return to whatever nest was above me.
Oh, it was the nest.
However, as the night approached, nothing happened.
Really?
So I began to descend the staircase.
No, it's gonna be there. Oh! Oh! Oh!
My health was being drained, but I couldn't figure out where the creature was.
From the top, probably.
That is, until I got my first glimpse of it.
There it is. This is gonna be challenging.
I jumped up onto the trees and tried attacking it. But I only got 2 solid hits in before I knew I had to run.
Oh no.
Yeah, 1 more hit,
Oh
and I was dead.
no! Can he make it? Is he gonna make it? This might be his first death.
And of course, there were mobs everywhere.
Yeah.
I ran into the forest, but that honestly wasn't much better. I was eventually able to tower up, though.
Okay, but she's gonna see you. You're dead. Oh! You're dead. Shh.
Yeah, I knew I had to head back to the town
Oh.
and actually prepare for this fight. There was simply no way for me to kill it with what I had. But I also had to be extra cautious as I approached the shore,
What about the crossbow?
because even a small fall would kill me.
How come he's not using
As
crossbow?
I reached the ocean, I healed back up. And from there, I rode back to the town. Upon reaching it that afternoon, I began to search for anything that could be useful.
Pretty town.
Lots of the
Really
houses didn't have
colorful.
any helpful loot at all, but
Honestly,
I did
Filipinos
find
are
this block of iron
fan
that I
of
used to craft iron
colorful, like
leggings.
neon houses.
The next morning, as I looked at the crafting recipes for arrows,
Ooh, there you
a
go.
giant centipede decided to roll through and kill some villagers. Anyways, I don't have any feathers, so
Don't
no
they have a
arrows.
golem for that?
Instead,
oh,
I would have to
the
resort
poor
to another idea that I had in
villagers.
mind. But it was by no means ideal. I collected some wood, which I used to craft boats. And those of you who saw my Scotland episode might know what I'm going to attempt. From there, I stopped by my boat and told Basket that the boat is his if I die. I then got some food crates
He looks kind of
before
sad.
heading back to the abandoned structure. After reaching the tower that afternoon, I arrived at the structure the next morning. From here, I just climbed up the tower,
Here we go again.
and I waited. Only this time, I didn't
Oh.
have to wait for the sun to set.
What? This isn't lore accurate.
Yeah, all I could do was run, as I
They
couldn't
don't
even
go
reach it this
out
time.
unless it's nighttime.
Even as I tried to run away, it just kept hitting me,
Wow.
until
the
I was
damage.
able to escape to the forest again.
Oh, the damage.
I healed up, and then headed right back. But after climbing the tower, I didn't see her anywhere. Only that would very much change first thing the next morning.
After round 3.
Yeah, this was very inconvenient, as I wasn't even ready. I managed to get one hit in before once again fleeing down the stairs.
I thought you crafted some arrows. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna. Yep. Oh. He's good.
I headed back to the coast so I could fill up my water. I also went ahead and crafted a water bucket while I was here, so I could essentially have an infinite water supply. And yeah, I reluctantly turned around and headed back. Only this time, there was a large storm brewing nearby.
Oh, perfect night for a battle.
I knew that I had to kill it today,
Yes.
partially because the storm would make it more cinematic. But I was soon in for a surprise.
Oh.
Yeah, a massive cyclone was ahead, and it was definitely coming our way.
Holy.
So I had to make this quick. As I climbed up the tower, I didn't see her. I went ahead and dropped this boat to the very bottom. But upon heading up to the roof, I saw that the cyclone was getting near. Only, out of nowhere, I was being drained. So I ran and escaped through the same route yet again. I then healed back up and decided to go back. Only this time, it was actually in the boat.
Oh, he tried
I
to
went in to do
trap
some damage,
her.
but I had to leave to heal again. However, as I went to hit it again,
How
the
come?
worst possible thing happened.
The cyclone? Holy! Oh my god. Oh no!
I was in the cyclone. Now, this isn't my first time storm riding,
cool.
but I do know that this will end with me having to place water at just the right time.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I was swung around with tons of other blocks. The only thing hurt by this was my computer.
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it was a little bit laggy in here.
I've never seen a
But then the
Minecraft
storm got ready to spit me
cyclone.
out, and I got my water bucket in my hand.
Oh! Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Pro moves.
My countless hours in Bed Wars had certainly come in handy. But before I could think about it,
I would have
I
died.
had to get underground.
Even if I tried the water bucket method.
The storm seemed to be calming down.
Oh, hold on.
Which meant that it was time. I surfaced from my underground burrow, and then I went in for the kill. She didn't stop hitting me, but I didn't either.
How come he's not... I'm just confused it's not using a
That
bow and
is-
arrow.
Until I defeated her.
That
After
was the only
all of
way.
that,
That
I
was the
had done
only
it.
way.
It was over.
Let's go.
I had defeated the Manananggal. And now, I just had to return to my ship. I walked through the ruins of the storm, before finally reaching the shore.
Although I would think
I rode my way
that
back to the town,
they would drop some
and the next
goods.
morning, I
some
began
good
my search
loot.
for kitchen decorations. After all, base review will be on day 99, and I definitely have some improvements that I want to
Excuse
make.
me.
Funny how I can go from defeating a mythical monster of death to essentially shopping at Home Depot. Anyways, that evening, I did some wood collecting. And the next morning, I got even more wood, before crafting this stove.
Okay, this is the
I then
end
set sail
game.
for the Western Visayas,
End
as I
game
still
is-
needed to do a segment on the Carabao. So
Oh,
with
the
that,
Carabao.
I headed west. And my travels took quite some time as I navigated through tons of tiny islands. I also ran out of fuel and had to do a lot of chopping. So while I travel west, let me rank the difficulty of the Philippines. See, the Philippines was harder than I expected when it comes to the weather. Everything else was relatively manageable, aside from the cobras, of course.
The
But with all
cobra
of that in
almost
mind,
killed them too.
I will give the Philippines a difficulty rating of 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Because it was supposed to be peaceful apart
Finally,
from
on day
the
94,
hunt.
as I sailed through the Western Visayas, some mobs appeared on the shore ahead of me.
7 out of 10 is not
They
too
were
bad.
definitely carabaos. And that was confirmed when I approached them. And so, without further ado, let's talk about just one more thing. Carabaos are water buffaloes that have been incredibly useful to the history of this country.
Yes.
Mainly used in plowing rice paddies, these guys have likely been alongside the native Filipinos for thousands of years.
Yeah, they have huge horns.
And while it is disputed in some places, most people consider them to be the national animal of the Philippines. Anyways,
I
it
think
was
so
really time
too.
for me to lock in and do some base work. So that, I worked on the kitchen some, before then getting some bamboo for a trim that I wanted to add. But it wasn't nearly enough. So the next day, I went and
This
got
is just
more.
gonna be working on the
But
kitchen
that wasn't enough either.
and making
So I
the
went
boat
again.
nicer.
And yeah, you get the pattern. So I used all of day 96 to just collect bamboo. I took some breaks to fish, but when I returned the next day, I placed all of the trapdoors that I could craft. I still had a few to go, but I just decided to use the rest of the day to craft some furniture. I made some chairs for this bar, before then making an epic hangout couch for Basket.
Oh,
Yeah, he loves
it. Cute.
Anyways, I did some more fishing, before arriving at the final day of base work.
This is just like
I used
a
today to finish my bamboo
vacation.
collecting,
He's on
which worked out
vacation
because
now.
I now had enough trim to place. And with that, it was time to review my base. I woke up on day 99 and looked around my base, before giving it a final
Pretty
verdict.
snazzy.
Yeah, this one's gonna be a bit short, because there are only 3
Yeah.
things to really rate here, starting with the kitchen, which I quite like. It's
It's
nothing
nice and
compared to my kitchen
small.
in the Hawaii episode, but it's decent.
Yeah.
Now for the overall style. This is where I get the most points, I think.
I would say
because
yes.
I maintained a traditional Filipino boat
Yes.
style while also personalizing it.
Definitely
yeah, I
killed
really
it.
like this design. But
Mhm.
now for the efficiency. As a boat base, my goal is to sail fast. And this thing just wasn't that
It
fast.
was not, yeah.
So, all in all, while I like the look of it, I have to give this one a 6 out of 10.
Oh.
Not bad, but not great.
We
But
needed
with that
more
being said,
speed.
I still have one more day.
Oh?
I woke up on day 100 and went to hang out with the carabaos. As I did, I couldn't help but think about the last 100 days and the spectacle that has been the Philippines.
Yeah.
These were some of the most beautiful islands I've ever visited in this series,
Jump
with
hot
some
dog.
of the most impressive views and wildlife. And even though the mythical creatures were difficult this time,
More V-neck and poltergeist. So were these creatures just developed by these two? So this is not a world you can just download, I assume.
it really was the location that stole the show for me.
Yeah.
Because the
Oh, there were
Philippines not only hosts
teams.
stunning landscapes and wonders, but from what I'm told,
Yes.
this country houses some of the
bioluminescence.
kindest people. It's very tourist friendly, and you should absolutely take a visit, because there is nowhere on earth
Oh.
quite like the Philippines.
Let's go! Palawan! Oh my gosh. Yes! Mindanao. So pretty. The palm trees by the beaches. The traditional boats. Yes. It's so cute. Oh. Visayas. Yeah, Bohol. Oh, Enchanted River. The Beak. Luzon. Yep. Half of the population is here. Yeah. And the rice terraces. Yeah, Mayon though is so actually it's a good description. A perfectly shaped volcano.
Alright.
Yeah, that was 100 days.
Okay, Basket. It has been an honor.
Bye, Basket.
Yeah.
Oh, it not.
You as well.
Yeah.
With all that said and done, it is about that time.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, that was a perfect ending to this. Oh my gosh. I'm speechless. Thank you so much to Smittie King for making this video and to all his team and editors. I love this. I truly enjoyed watching this. It was so relaxing and entertaining at the same time. Oh my gosh. Hopefully I can check out more of his videos in the future, but this was just an honor. Thank you for watching it with me. I hope you guys also enjoyed. This is making me want to play this Minecraft world. It's so pretty. It's so gorgeous. Okay, goodbye.